Hello? My name is G, and welcome to W.D. Gann's time cycle course. In this video, I'm going to examine W.D. Gann's top secret time cycles. The knowledge of time cycles is an ancient knowledge that 99% of traders are unaware of. The chart that you currently watch on your screen is the cotton forecast for 1922. As you can see, using time cycles, Mr. Gann has been able to predict all the tops and bottoms of the cotton chart from 1 year in advance. Mr. Gann has not only been able to predict the turning points of the market, he has also been able to predict the price. Using this secret knowledge, he has achieved a win rate of over 88% and is considered one of the most successful traders in history. Several years ago, when I started as a trader, I was looking for an indicator so that I could guess the market trend change ahead of others. Therefore, I spent several $1,000s on various advanced technical and fundamental analysis courses and developed many personal indicators. To be honest, all efforts came to a dead end. If you are an experienced trader, you already know that no indicators and strategies, nor even price action, no matter how sophisticated they are, can forecast the tops and bottoms of the market days and weeks in advance. At best, they simply follow the trend. The most effective strategies may even have a win rate of 60%. With all that said, is it possible to reach higher win rates? Is there a solution to increase win rate? The solution is in very ancient teachings. I started reading W.D. Gann's books. After going to so many rabbit holes and spending $20,000 on various fake Gann courses, I finally found the invaluable method of Gann's time cycle, and it changed my win rate dramatically. I must admit that I owe my success to experienced mentors who made this difficult path easy for me. In this video, we take a brief look at this mathematical method. A method that, if you learn it, you can achieve a win rate above 80% utilizing it in your favor, and predict tops and bottoms of the market 100%. Which markets can be forecasted using time cycles? Any market you have in mind can be forecasted with this method. All stocks, commodities and forex market are predictable with 100% accuracy. Let's look at the Apple stock forecast using time cycles. What you see is just a small time cycle called the lunar cycle that is present in all markets. How much can you improve your trading strategy if you have such a tool that tells you when the market trend will change from a certain day? More than 90% of traders are estimated to lose money in the markets. The most important factors for the lost trades are 1. Traders don't know when trend is going to change. This makes entering the transaction early or late. 2. Traders don't know how long trends will last. This causes early closing of the transaction before the price hits the main target. Solution: using time cycle you will know exactly when trend is going to changes and how long it will last. Time and timing are the most precious assets in trading. Mr. Gann is not present among us. Are there others who have used his method and achieved success? Is it possible to predict when trend is going to change using time cycles in modern financial markets? Before we answer that question, let me introduce you the most successful investor and trader of all time. Who is the greatest investor of all time? Is it Warren Buffett or Ray Dalio? George Soros or some other investor? Dr. Jim Simons is. The one who is the owner of the most successful hedge fund in the world says that all market movements can be predicted by mathematical models. The Renaissance Technologies hedge fund earns billions of dollars annually from trading. Dr. Jim Simons is a professor of mathematics at Harvard University. He is known as the man who solved the market. For more than 2 decades, Simons' Renaissance Technologies hedge fund, which trades in various markets around the world, has employed mathematical models to predict price changes in financial instruments. Renaissance Technologies has earned a reported 39% on average per year since 1988 and has made over $104 billions in trading profits. Let's get back to our important question: is the market a random phenomenon? Or it is predictable?
When I started doing trading, I got a little tired of mathematics. I was in my late 30s, I had a little money, I started trading, and it went very well I made quite a lot of money with pure luck. I mean, I think it was pure luck. It certainly wasn't mathematical modeling. But in looking at the data, after a while, I realized, hey, looks like there's some structure here. And I hired a few mathematicians, and we started trying to make some models. Just the kind of thing we did back at IDA. You design an algorithm, you test it out on a computer, does it work, doesn't it work, and so on.
So can we take a look at this? Because I mean, here's a typical graph of some commodity or whatever. I mean, I look at that and I say that's just a random up and down walk, maybe a slight upward trend over that whole period of time. How on earth could you look at that and see something that wasn't just random?
Well, any one anomaly might be a random thing. However, if you have enough data, you can tell that it's not.
So in the long run, no one can be profitable in the market just by relying on luck. There are structures in the market that make it predictable. According to Professor Jim Simmons, the market is not a random phenomenon, and if you have enough data from the market's past, you can predict its future movements. But what is meant by these structures and predictability of the market? Can technical tools such as moving averages or complex indicators that are available to everyone predict the market?
Commodities or currencies had a tendency to trend. Not necessarily the very light trend you see here, but trending in periods. And if you decided, okay, I'm going to predict today by the average move in the past 20 days, there's 20 days, maybe that would be a good prediction and I'd make some money. And in fact, years ago, such a system would work. Not beautifully, but it would work. So you'd make money, you'd lose money, you'd make money, but this is a year's worth of days, and you'd make a little money during that period. But it's a very vestigial system.
So you would test a bunch of different sort of lengths of trends and time and see whether, for example, a 10-day trend or a 15-day trend was predictive of what happened next.
Sure. You would try all those things and see what worked best. But the trend following would have been great in the 60s, and it was sort of okay in the 70s. By the 80s, it wasn't such a.
It didn't, because everyone could see that.
Other people did.
So what happened? So how did you stay ahead of the pack then?
Well, we stayed ahead of the pack by finding other approaches.
Is it possible to forecast the market with trend detecting indicators or other advanced indicators? No simple or advanced indicator can predict the market. Dr. Jim Simmons uses a different approach to forecasting. But what are these other approaches that he expresses? He has been able to decode the market by using the mathematical method. Unfortunately, Dr. Jim Simmons has not written a book about the mathematical method of decoding the market, but Gann has written many books. My best guess is that he uses the same method that Gann used. Do you need complex mathematical models to predict the market? Absolutely not. But it must be very difficult, right? If you think you need to use quantum computing or complex mathematical models like Fourier series or other signal decoding methods to predict the market, the good news is that Gann's method is very simple. Let's make one thing clear once and for all. Gann time cycles have nothing to do with Fourier series or any signal processing method to forecast the market. All that is needed to use Mr. Gann's time cycle are 4 basic mathematical operations. In fact, it is so simple that if you teach Gann's time cycle method to a school kid, he can easily predict any market. William Delbert Gann, June 6, 1878 to June 18, 1955, was a 33rd-degree Freemason. In order to develop his unique method of trading, he immersed himself in secret teaching of the ancient Greeks such as Pythagoras and Aristotle, as well as Eastern philosophy, astronomy, and, of course, astrology. Gann was an avid astrologer. Using knowledge of ancient teaching, he was able to forecast market very accurately. During a career that spanned half a century, Gann pulled over $50 million from the stock and commodity markets by his uncanny ability to predict exactly how the markets would behave and, more importantly, when they would turn. So impressive was his success rate that by 1910 he was offering a consultancy service that cost around $3,000 to $4,000 per year, at a time when the average American wage was only about $60 per month. Starting on October 1, 1909, Gann gave a public demonstration of his trading skills. In front of a group of reporters and witnesses, he made 286 trades during a 25-day period, of which a staggering 254 were profitable. This gave him a 92% success rate. Fun fact: the 33rd Masonic degree and Scottish Rite degree is the highest honor a Freemason. Why is 33 is important? Do you know why Christ lived on earth for 33 years? One of the most important celestial cycles is the cycle of the moon and the sun. It is called the marriage of the moon and the sun. The lunar solar cycle refers to the time it takes for the moon and sun to reach the same alignment they were when the cycle began. This takes approximately 33 years. This is why in Tunnel Through the Air, hero's name is Robert. The statistics show Mr. Gann's win rate for 3 consecutive years. Total number of trades for the entire year of 1933, 479 trades, of which 422 were profits and 57 showed losses. Win rate equals 88%. Total number of trades for the entire year of 1934, 362 trades, of which 337 showed profits and 25 losses. Win rate equals 93%. Total number of trades for the entire year of 1935, 132 trades, of which 112 showed profits and 20 losses. Win rate equals 84%. In the previous slide, we saw that the average win rate of Gann in 3 consecutive years is about 88%. Let's see if we can get close to this amazing win rate just by using a single time cycle. Having time cycles allows you to know days and weeks in advance which day the market is going to turn. We call these dates time cycle pivots. The good news is that with just one cycle we were able to approach Gann's legendary record. Suppose you are an Apple stock trader and you just want to take buy or sell positions with the pivots obtained from time cycles without any special strategy, and by reaching these time pivots. We simply enter the buying or selling position by reaching the pivots obtained from the time cycles and without considering the price action and looking at where the price has reached. I have done this for the first 6 months of 2023, and the results are absolutely amazing. The red dashed lines represent the tops obtained from the time cycles and the green lines represent the bottoms. We were able to reach a win rate of over 92% just for a period of 6 months in Apple shares. This is only the beginning, because we have only used one cycle in this chart. By combining this time cycle with a bigger cycle, we can catch big market movements, and our win rate and profit will be much higher. Having access to this real Gann strategy will make you trade like a god. For example, if you know that the market will be bullish for the next 3 days, you will never enter a sell position. Using the same time cycle, you will be able to predict not only time pivots but also price. Can the price be predicted? Absolutely yes. Let's watch the price and time forecast on 3 different charts. Price prediction allows you to have a better entry and exit point in the transactions. Let me make one thing clear: without having time cycles, there is absolutely no way to predict the price. The most important book that Gann wrote is Tunnel Through the Air. This book is written in the form of a romance novel and clothed in veiled language. He has given all the secrets of time cycles in this book. Let us read parts of the foreword of this novel together. Happy is the man that findeth wisdom, and the man that getteth understanding. This story is founded on facts and events, many of which have happened or will happen in the future. The Tunnel Through the Air is mysterious and contains a valuable secret, clothed in veiled language. Where does the time cycle shown in the previous slides come from? My gift to those familiar with Gann and the Tunnel book is to reveal this cycle. This cycle is on page 345 of the book. We will fully cover this particular cycle and other larger cycles in our Gann Time Cycles course. In the field of financial astrology, the Tunnel book is made up of 5 different parts. These 5 sections include 1. Aspects, 2. Natal chart, 3. Time cycles and time factors, 4. Squares, 5. Law of vibration or LOV. Most newcomers to Mr. Gann's world get stuck on steps 1 and 2, looking to find aspects of planets that have caused changes in the market in the past. The natal chart also has special uses that George Bayer used in the 5-fold chart. Although these 2 methods are effective, the main secret of Gann lies in cycles and time factors. Only after you have mastered time cycles will you need squares for price forecasting. At a higher level, you can also use a numerical system called the law of vibration. If only I had this information 5 years ago before I entered the mysterious world of Gann, I would have saved myself from getting trapped in worthless courses and fake mentors who took advantage of my lack of knowledge. But unfortunately, there was no comprehensive video to fully guide me. So I decided to make a whole video and share with my friends all the tips needed to be successful in forecasting the market. The first thing that appears when searching for the name Gann on the internet is the square of 9 and Gann fan. Let me tell you that the square of 9 or hexagonal chart, or other geometric tools such as Gann fan cannot predict the time pivots of the market. After mastering time cycles, we use these geometrical tools to forecast the price. Therefore, anyone who claims that the square of 9 can predict the market's tops and bottoms is either a fraud or does not know what Gann's time cycle method is. Price is found via the use of time cycles. This is why you need the cycles before you forecast price. Contrary to the courses that suck, spend your time making a study of the cycles that are operating in your stock or commodity. You have to know the cycles before you can use the squares. In best case scenarios, you can find the turning points of the market by drawing Gann fan and squares, only 50% of the time. You can play with these tools, but you will not be able to accurately predict the market. Gann has never made his secrets public. In fact, he was bound to keep the secrets and knowledge of the Masons. These esoteric teachings were made available to a very limited people who could afford the high costs of Gann's private courses. Most of the Gann researchers who read the Tunnel do not get satisfactory results, even after years of research. This book is coded in different ways. The Tunnel is apparently a romantic and epic novel book, but it is actually about personal astrology, mundane astrology, medical astrology, and financial astrology. So it is very easy to get confused. First of all, you need to know how to read this book. Secondly, you need to know what you are looking for. Even by knowing what to look for, there's no guarantee you'll discover the length of time cycles. This is exactly why one would need a mentor. For in starter, you should become familiar with the concept of time cycle, and also what kind of cycle you look for. In the next step, you need to get the length of the cycle. You must know how to analyze past market data. Each cycle moves with specific ratios or steps. You must have a correct starting point for your cycle. What is inversion, and why does it happen? Each time cycle has an inversion cycle that adds another time pivot to the main cycle at certain times. You need to know the inversion zones of each cycle and also the length of inversion cycle. Therefore, without having an experienced mentor to provide you with this important information and guide you, your chances of success are very low. In fact, Gann himself had a mentor, and this high-ranking Freemason has only taught this knowledge to a select few students. Thank you for bearing with me and watching the video. My name is G, and if you have any questions about the Gann's course, you may contact me via email.